Hey, what's up everybody? It's Flux of fluxwithit.com, and today we're going to check out the Hydrasynth and how to get 10,200 oscillators out of this thing. Here's a little patch that I set up, and I'll walk you through what's going on in it. Okay, so let's talk about this patch and how ridiculous it is. So I basically set out to make a patch that was all the oscillators that you can possibly make using the Hydrasynth. And my math was originally wrong. At first I was thinking it was 184, but I spoke with Chen, the DSP engineer, and he informed me that my math was wrong and corrected me. It's actually 10,200, and how we get there. So let's start off with oscillator 1. So oscillator 1, I have it currently, let's bring these wave scans back. Currently it's in a saw wave, and we have that going into mutant 1, which is a wave stack. Mutant 2 is a wave stack. Oscillator 2, then mutant 3 is a wave stack. Mutant 4 is a wave stack. Now, each oscillator going into a mutant wave stack here multiplies the waveform by 5 and then can detune that. So going here we have 5 oscillators, then from here into here we now have 25 oscillators, okay, so forth and so on. And then of course we can unison stack 8 voices. That still doesn't get you to 10,200 voices, right? So then you go into your pre-effects and you have chorus. Each chorus is another multiplying of 5 waveforms and then slightly spreading the waveforms. So that's how you get to 10,200 waveforms. Now there's another trick that we haven't touched on yet. So if I go into the voice mode, you'll see that I have unison, my density is at 8, my detune is at 3, and I have analog feeling or analog flavor at 11. And my stereo width is at 45. Let me show you what we can do with that. Now that's not even the best part. Okay, so that's just, obviously we're getting into like those swarm of insect territory, that sort of thing. Something really interesting about this is when you put it into poly mode. Alright, so now we're just using one voice. And of course my level drops dramatically because before I had it on a unison, so I had to drop my amp. So I'm going to bring my amp back up for a second. So you can hear it's you know, a swarming oscillator. It's very thick. That's cool, but check out what we can do here. Now just off screen to the left here, there's a chord button, and when I hold down the chord button and I press keys, I can stack more oscillators on here. So what I'll do, you can stack the voices. So I'll hold down chord and press 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the last 2 will be fifths. So now I'm back to having a unison stack, but I have it stacked at different octaves and a fifth. And it gets cooler. So now that we've done that, we can also go back to that analog flavor. Turn that up a bit. Get more of that detune going. And we'll go ahead and play with a little bit more of this wave stacking here. Spreading it back out. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'll play with a couple other parameters on here. Let's make this envelope nice and long. Alright. Do it about like so. And we'll give some release here. And we'll add in some envelope amount to this. And we're going to drop the cutoff a good bit. Give it some resonance. Now you'll notice that I have macros set up as well, and basically what I have on this one is macros are really easy to name and set up. So I have these two in the middle here are actually the mixer volume of oscillators 2 and 3. So if I take those down, I'm also going to take the chorus back, all right, and I'll take the wave stacking back a good bit as well. Again, this is only one oscillator per voice right now. And then this is the spreading of that wave stack. So we'll keep it kind of subtle. And then I can bring up the wave scan. Let's bring up the third oscillator, set low end. Some reverb. Bring up the second oscillator. Now here's the hidden trick, okay? if you have a desktop or another keyboard or 2 desktops, whatever you want to do, you can go into your system settings, and if you press system a few times, you will get to page 6. And in page 6, there is overflow. And when you turn overflow on, let me turn off the chord button for a second here. And I'm going to go back to my voice setting, and I will turn this back to unison. Okay. And I'm going to reach up off screen here. And I have a desktop just out of screen. And now, instead of 10,200 oscillators, I have 20,400 oscillators. Because I'm polystacking 2 of these units together for 16 voices. And I can turn random phase on. Let's bring that stereo width up a good bit. Back up to get all that multiplication. You might notice that I have the dry wet is 0 on both of these choruses. That's only because I have them fully controlled by this one macro right here. Both choruses are controlled by one macro. And you'll also notice the phase cancel when I change that. There's that dip, and then it'll come back up. And of course, one last trick with that is going to be to bring it back to poly. And now that I have 16 voices, I'll use chord mode to stack 16 notes like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And there you have it, 20,400 oscillators with the Hydrasynth. That's my clickbait video for the day. This is Flux, fluxwithit.com. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace.